So we're going to move now on to true bearings. So we're going to go to true bearings. Now, true bearings will always again, when we draw these, we're always going to begin by drawing the north compass. I'll show you in a bit later. But the components of a true bearing will always have 3 digits, and then a little bracket will look like that. Always 3 digits, and then a T degrees. T for true bearing. And here's just we'll go straight into an example of one. So here's one example. We'll go with 35. Sorry, it should be 035T. 035T. Always 3 digits. 035T. Okay, and true bearings, right? True bearings also always begins from north, and then it moves in a clockwise direction. Okay, by that I mean, well, let's draw this one just for an example. We'll draw our north compass. Remember, we always begin with the north compass in bearings. Be it true bearing or compass bearing, we always draw north. So that's that's our north one. And we want to draw 35 degrees going clockwise. So again, that is about halfway, so it's a bit less than halfway, so let's just draw it, you know, if that's halfway, let's just draw it like this. It's an approximation, doesn't have to be exactly precise. That there, that angle is 35 degrees. But if, let's say, we draw an example of 125 degrees true. Here's where it gets slightly tricky, but it shouldn't be too difficult. So again, we're going to be drawing our north compass. Oops, don't worry about the smudge. A little north compass there. And we're going to go clockwise, starting from north. Always begins from north and in a clockwise direction. So it's going to go from north in a clockwise direction. Here's where it gets slightly tricky because it's past 90 degrees. Well, if we know that that's 90 degrees, so I'll draw it here, that's 90. How much more do we need to go to get to 125? Well, why don't we just do 125 minus 90? So we need 35 degrees more past 90. Well, if this is 90 degrees, which is east, well, 35 degrees more would be, well, again, that's halfway, a bit less than halfway. Let's just say that there is our bearing. Here's where it gets slightly trickier again. Some like to draw it like this, starting from 0 degrees. That angle there is 125 degrees. But for me, I'm going to draw it in blue because it's a lot neater. It's a lot neater. I'd like for you to get used to drawing the angle not from 0, like what it says here, but to draw it, to the nearest bearing, which we already know. This angle here is 35 degrees because we calculated that's 90 and that's 35, which will give us the same 125. But it just looks so much neater, doesn't it? See, much neater. Besides the smudge, we'll do one more. We'll make it slightly trickier yet again. This time we'll make it 352 degrees true. Once again, we begin with our north compass. There's our north compass. Trying to get it to smudge. Bugger. Whatever. You guys get the point. Now, if that's facing north, 352. That's nearly 360. 360 is a full revolution. So, take a look. That's 90. That's 90. That's 180. That's 270. And in case you don't know, I'm just adding by 90s. 90 plus 90, 90, 270. If I do one more, that's a full 360. That's a full revolution. So, it's actually 8 more degrees till 360, because look, 360 minus 352, 8 degrees. So really there's 8 degrees in between the angle we're making to the full revolution. Think about that. It's 8 degrees between the angle and a full revolution. So that is 8 degrees left to go. So I'm going to draw a little arrow. That's 8 degrees. I can't fit it in there. That's 8 degrees. We'll do one more. One more. So let's say we have 254 degrees true. Once again, always beginning with the north compass face, just the north compass. Why does it smudge? That's okay. North. 252. Well, that's greater than 180, so it's past this point, but it's less than 270, so it has to be in between this region here, right? It's got to be in that region there. Let me straighten this up a little bit. So if that is 90, that is 180, how much more do we need to get to 254? Okay, well, 254 minus 180, 74 more. So from 180, this is 180, we need 74 more. Well, if that's 45, let's just say it's past halfway. Let's say it's like that. And remember, we said it's 70 more past 180. So if this is 180, if that's 180, we need 74 more. So that angle in blue is 74 degrees. Hang on, you can't see that on the camera. It's a little bit tricky. That's 74 degrees. And that is Fruberings.